Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tracy with TR's Tarot Talk 1111. We're almost there, guys. I'll tell you, it seems like a real challenge this month to get all 12 of these zodiacs out, but I am going to do it. I'm determined like a mama bear. So we are now working on Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and all cross watchers. Make sure if you're a cross watcher that you understand that Spirit knows who's watching, and this could very well be playing out from your perspective. Also, I put up a channeled guided message, which is not a tarot reading. It's a channeled automatic writing message. Please go watch that. Spirit told me in my channeled message that there are two groups of the collective that are going to be hardest hit. Everybody's going to have adjustments through the Scorpio supermoon, which happened 2 days ago because I'm running behind on my videos. However, Spirit told me that Group A is going to have to release something, right? There might be a tower moment. If you've been holding on to a toxic marriage or relationship or friendships or a job that you absolutely hate, etc., etc. Spirit told me that during this next lunar phase, so probably for the next 20 some days, you might get a tower moment where Spirit just does a divine intervention, or the universe will just fade those things out of your life naturally and it won't be in your control. That's not a bad thing, guys. That's an automatic adjustment, right? It's like going to the chiropractor when you're out of alignment. And the second group that's going to be hit the hardest are those that have already gone through the transformation. They've lost loved ones. They've lost relationships, whether it was willingly or not willingly, but they're going through the grieving process. So go watch the channeled message, because during that I talk about the 5 stages of grief. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I'm a little talky this month because there was a lot of content to cover. Part of my aspirations for the new year here in 2020 is to figure out how to get to the point quicker, because when I channel, I'm all over the place, but that's just the way it comes in. So anyhow, I wanted to welcome you and thank you for being here, and just to let you know that I am a spiritual reader. I am a twin flame ascension coach, whatever you want to call it. Spirit told me I was to help 3 waves of twin flames and divine counterparts come into union by the year 2023. And some of them now might even be 2024, because they're like living in the school of hard knocks, right? I might be one of those, I don't know. But anyhow, so if you're new, welcome. I am not a conventional reader. I am a spiritual reader. I talk to you about your spiritual path, your ascension journey. And yes, I will talk about 3D, job and stuff if that shows up in your reading. For those of you who have been here for a long time, I love you. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for supporting my channel. It's growing, and I just hired somebody to build and design a website for me. So, if you'd like to make a donation at this time, I would greatly appreciate it, because I am expanding and growing the channel for you, okay? So that I can bring you more readings in more timely manner to help. I feel like the ascension is ramping up, and we are all going to need as much help as we can get. All right, so for those of you who knew that my brother-in-law and cousin were on their sick beds, neither one of them made it. My brother-in-law transitioned on May 28th, and my cousin Melissa transitioned on May 29th. So thank you for your love and support and prayers. If you would please continue to pray for the family, I would appreciate it, because it was a hard hit, It seems like people in our family die 2 at a time, and it's really hard. So I usually pick a postcard from Spirit every month for me at the new moon and the full moon. and it goes on my altar, and I use it as guidance from spirit for the month ahead. And this time it was so profoundly in tune with the guided message about the energy around the Scorpio moon. I wanted to share it with you. Okay, so this is for Leo. It says, "Dearest you, there are times when loss is a part of life. Sometimes a loss is welcome, like when you leave a situation not in alignment with your highest good. Sometimes a loss is sudden and painful, like when a loved one crosses over to our dimension. Regardless of the nature of the loss and your control over it, your experience is asking to be acknowledged. Tears are necessary, as is grief. When you repress the natural expression of loss and try to move on too quickly, the unprocessed pain haunts you in destructive ways. We don't want that for you. Instead, let your heart break open wide. Feel the loss and integrate it. See the beauty that was, the lessons learned, and know that as you let go of what is past, ever more of you remains. It gets better, we promise. Your heart expands with more compassion for the world than ever before. Love heals all." So the energy around this super full moon in Scorpio, which by the way is the last super moon of this year. Big stuff, guys. It's like the phoenix rising. It's cleaning up the carcasses, right? It's like what needs to be left behind, and maybe you've been having a hard time doing that, or you just need to finish up your grieving process so that you can move on and be in receptive mode for what spirit is bringing towards you. Now, today's reading, I'm doing a 5-card spread in a cross. We're doing the heart of the matter, what is in the past or needs to be put in the past and healed. Surrender cards from the surrender deck around that topic and how to do it. And then what is on your mind or influencing you at this time, what is in the subconscious mind or buried in your subconscious that needs to be addressed, and how will you be moving forward just in the next lunar cycle. And so if the general reading does not resonate with you, you can fast forward to the oracle readings, because I'm going to get a reading for everybody. Okay, I am doing the star seeds, light workers, those who feel like you incarnated at this time to be on mission. I'm going to get some help for you on your mission work. Then I'm going to ask you to set your intentions for a yes or no question. It can have to do with this reading, or it can have to do with something totally off topic. You will set your intentions and we will get you some guidance or a clear yes or no. There are 2 yeses, 2 no's in the deck. Maybe spirit will give you clarity, definitive clarity, or there will at least be advice around it. Then I have the new Rebel deck that is up front and in your face, and I like to draw those for those of you who are in the school of hard knocks, those of you who are supposed to come in union, or those of you that are supposed to be doing something and you're having a hard time getting on task. Okay, and then for Leo's in love, right? Whether it's twin flame, sacred soulmate, divine masculine, divine feminine, or just Leo's in love, wanting some guidance on your love and relationships. And then we are going to get a general message from the wisdom of the oracle deck to bring the whole thing together. Okay, so if you're ready, we're going to get into your reading now. Okay, Leos, material and spiritual prosperity. 6 of Pentacles. This, Spirit told me that we are in a karmic review. And I don't believe it's just this lifetime. I believe it's many lifetimes, because we're leaving the age of Pisces and moving into the age of Aquarius, right? So how many lifetimes have you experienced? How many reincarnations in the last 2,500 years, or however long the age lasted? So in a karmic review, you get what you gave, right? 6 of Pentacles is equal reciprocity. What you put out into the world is what's coming back to you. And so it is a karmic review time. So I believe that there will be a balancing of the scales for everybody, but for you, it's showing up as the heart of the matter. So, if you're a really good person, or if you've been a good person many times, you know, that's coming back to you. Or if you weren't, that's coming back. But, you know, we might have had some lifetimes that were good, where we were good, and some lifetimes where we were not. But either way, a balancing is happening, right? And it's going to bring you, you know, what goes around comes around. For you, it looks really good. It's material and spiritual prosperity. So you guys are getting your karmic review, and it looks like you're getting a good one so far. That's the heart of the matter. Okay. And this can show up anywhere in your life. It can show up in your romantic life, in your friendships, your family dynamic, your work dynamic. You know, like I said, the Scorpio moon is all about, you know, where we're going versus where we've been and what we need to finish up, right, in order to catch up. All right, so what do you need to leave behind? So, okay, I need to rephrase this energy, because when I say what needs to be left behind, this is what do you need to finish up. Let's call it that instead of leaving it behind. What needs tidied up? What needs to be finished up? What needs to be transmuted? And we have the High Priestess, the intuition card. So for some of you, you might be dealing with a Pisces because it is a Pisces card. But I don't really look at the signs too much. What I look at is, see, this girl, she has her eyes closed, but in front of her is like a scrying mirror. And so I feel like, Leo, you have been reflecting and learning about yourself. You have been, you know, tapping into your intuition and finally getting guidance. And probably because of the whole, you know, quarantine, and everybody's lives are changing a lot. Like, there are people out there now. I am blessed. I am so blessed that this has not really affected my work, but there are a lot of people who have been affected in their life. You know, it's like they lost their job, or they can't see their friends and family and loved ones, and maybe they live in big cities, and because of, you know, the density of the population. So whatever has happened here in the past energy has enlightened you. It has given you a little bit more insight into who you are and what you want to be moving forward, right? Because in the back is this door that has this bright light shining behind it. So I feel like you've been closed in, and during that time you've used it wisely, and you've learned a lot, and you've really tapped into that inner knowing. And because of that, when you open that door, this Six of Pentacles, bright things are going to be waiting for you. So let's take a look at your surrender cards to see if there's any remnant energies you need to surrender while you're moving into this next phase of your life. We have surrender to spirit. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. With that High Priestess, you know, that's the High Priestess knows what she knows, and what you know. Once you know what you know, you can't unknow it, right? And I feel like you're learning that. You've been awakened. You're being shown things that you never really understood or knew about yourself before, or about others, or about situations. You're in tune, right? You became the High Priestess during this time. And because of this, it's going to balance the scales for you. So we have surrender, procrastination. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract your success. Both of those, by the way, are throat chakra. I don't know why. Surrender to spirit, and surrender procrastination. So there's something around speaking too, because this High Priestess doesn't speak, guys. She's very, you know, she communicates intuitively. So if there's a situation in your life, you know, or a relationship or something where you've been really quiet, just expecting that the other person or the other situation someone in the situation knows what you want or knows what you need or knows what you desire, you might need to talk about it, and you might need to quit putting that shit off, right? It's like I'm hearing, do what you can do and leave the rest up to God. But I feel like there's a little bit of something here that you still need to do that you haven't done. So you need to surrender your procrastination around that. So we have surrender to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't I can't talk today, I swear. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough, according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. Okay, so with that procrastination card, I'm getting for some of you, not for all of you, that you feel like someone else is procrastinating and you're very impatient. Like you want it, I want it all and I want it now. And Spirit's saying you're going to have to surrender to divine timing. You're going to have to surrender to Spirit. You're going to have to be the high priestess and go within and know when things are meant to happen is when they will happen. Okay? So for some of you, I feel like it's your energy, and for others, I feel like it's somebody else's energy that you're dealing with. All right, so what is on your mind or affecting your decision making? Suffering in silence. Yeah, somebody is very impatient. It's like you're looking out over the horizon at that sun, and you're stressed and you're worried about a situation or a person that's not working. It's like been a long journey too. Every time I see this card, I see her holding this walking stick and she looks tired, right? She looks like she's been on a long journey and she's kind of come to the end of the road. She's gotten as far as she can get. And so she's sitting there looking out over the horizon and she's worried about, how do I get there from here? So if you're waiting on a person, you might need to focus on other things, right? It says stop procrastinating. What can you be doing in the meantime to keep yourself focused on you and bettering your life, right? Because you are in a karmic review. So you need to be tidying up your end of the spectrum and allow whatever is on the other side to find its way in alignment with you. Because once you become in alignment, when you're manifesting, then everything just comes together like a magnet. So I feel like you've done what you can do. And Spirit's, saying, now it's time for you to work on what you can work on and allow us to take care of the rest of it. So what is hidden in the subconscious mind, or what energy is in your gut? Sometimes it's the subconscious. Sometimes it's actually on the radar. You know that it's there. It's just like sitting in your stomach without any kind of resolution, right? Oh, we have heart chakra. Okay, so yeah, somebody's being worked on. I'm just hearing that Spirit is working on the heart chakra because it's been closed off and out of balance with the Six of Pentacles. This is a balancing card. This is equal give and take, equal reciprocity, right? So if you and your person or your situation, because it could be a job, it could be anything, whatever it is, I feel like for some of you it's a relationship because of the heart chakra. But whatever it is, it's something that you've dreamed of, that you've desired, that you've wanted. And perhaps there's balancing that needs to happen in the heart chakra. You need to be open to receive, or your person does, right? And so instead of worrying about what you don't have or what is not coming forth at this time, you need to be working on the heart chakra, or allow that person to work on their heart chakra and balance it so that you can have this equal reciprocity. And a lot of us are activating our higher heart, which is the God source energy center. It's a new chakra that is being introduced at this time to the body's energetic field. The high heart, that's where we are connecting now to God's source energy. So this could be happening for you as well. So if you guys have any brokenness or sadness or areas that need to be cleared away from your childhood around your heart and your emotions, and being open to receive, open to give and receive with that Six of Pentacles, that's equal reciprocity. You know, a lot of times there's so much distortion. It's like, I know I was distorted. I was an overgiver. I was always trying to win everybody's affection by giving and giving and giving. And then Spirit said, you know what? When you give yourself some of that love, you don't have to look for it outside of yourself. It just shows up. It just shows up. So instead of chasing after that emotion, give it to yourself. Take care of yourself. Don't be suffering in silence. Clear your mind, because what you worry and fret about, you bring about. The law of attraction is all about bringing you exactly what you ask for. So if you say, I want money, and then you say, but, you know, I know it ain't coming. It never does. I just, you know, everybody else seems to get it, but I don't, or whatever. Material spiritual prosperity is on its way to you. And it's almost like intuitively you're being shown this, but you're stressing over something that's not showing up for you that you've been waiting for. What, like I said, it could be any area of your life. It could be a person, place, or a thing, or a job. But Spirit is really working on you undercover. It's like, you know, it's what's happening behind the scenes is your heart chakra is being balanced, okay? Or maybe your high heart chakra is coming into alignment. All right, so moving forward in the next 30 days or 20 some days to the next new moon, we have you sitting in the Seven of Pentacles, or a situation is. All right, so Leo, just let me sit in this energy, because this card can mean so much, right? Just be aware. I'm not saying be fearful, because that Nine of Swords is not good. But if there's somebody that's been toying with you, or feeding you breadcrumbs, or just, you know, maybe they have fear too around being authentic. You know, sometimes people lie or manipulate because they have fear around being accepted or being authentic. So, you know, that could be your energy, or that could be somebody you're dealing with, or a situation that you're in for the next 20 some days. But with this High Priestess card, it's almost like you're going to know. You're going to know. But you might have to deal with it for this lunar cycle. This Scorpio moon might just make you really sit and deal with that issue, or them, right? This Seven of Swords has been showing up a lot lately. And there's so many people that watch that it's, you know, even if it's just 20 of you, that's 20 different stories. But you're going to know, because you're in the High Priestess energy. You've been shown something in the past. And you might be avoiding it, or you might be, you know, not accepting it. But in order to have the Six of Pentacles and this heart chakra opening, you're going to have to balance this shit out. Whatever it is, you've got sword energy here. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Aquarius, or Gemini. I can't think today. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So an air sign. But if this is your energy, because, you know, we can take on all the elements depending on where we are at energetically. Bottom of the deck is the Balance card, which I believe in this deck is the Judgment card. No, Spirit says it's not. It's the Justice card. But you look at the energy of this, it's a number 11. I know that 11 is a divine number. It's sometimes the clarion call, the wake up, to ascension. But here, with this particular deck, it's almost like magician energy. It's like, see, when the magician shows up, they've got all their tools to do the manifesting that they need to do. This is almost like the universe is working on giving you all the tools that you need to become the magician and the manifester, right? There's a balancing that's happening. You might be dealing with somebody who just, has some issues. We'll just say that. Just has some issues. Or you do. Take it as it resonates, because I kind of feel like it's like you're trying to make something happen, but you're trying to make it happen in the wrong way. It's like maybe it's not for you. Maybe you need to trust the divine, surrender, and what's meant to be for you is showing up for you. You're in a karmic review, but I don't like the Seven of Swords energy. So if this is your energy, you need to take the mask off. You need to be honest with yourself. You need to be honest with others. And if this is not your energy, if you're dealing with some toxic situation or person where they're showing up like this, then this is part of the balancing. This is part of the karmic justice, right? It's going to come to a head and you're going to have to deal with it. All right, so now I want to do the oracle reading. Now remember, these oracle readings can be totally separate messages that don't have to do with your general reading, or they can, correlate with it as well. But I'm going to start with the light workers. If you resonate with the title of ground crew, light worker, starseed, mission work, if you believe that you have spiritual gifts that you're being called to use at this time, this is your message. And of course, anybody can get a message from it. So you don't have to resonate with that title to get a message. But the bottom of the deck was the inner temple, devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. Listen, guys, tune in to the portal of your heart. And we have the heart chakra, and we have the intuition high priestess card. So that's a big message, guys. Tune into the portal of your heart, your inner temple, your inner knowing. Stop searching for something external or chasing after something external. What's meant for you, you will naturally draw to you. And it looks like your karma's good, like you're earning something good. You've got justice with the Six of Pentacles. That's the universe working to balance things out for you. Then we have starseed. What lights you up? Because all of us have a light within us. So what lights you up? Music lights me up. Doing readings lights me up. Coaching people and helping them heal on an energetic and spiritual and physical level lights me up. I love to do it. It's my calling. I'm a medium. I talk to dead people. I love what I do. I love children. I adopted 4 children with my ex-husband, and they're the light of my life, So what lights you up? That's your mission work. You don't have to ask. You already know. It's like if it brings you joy, if it's not work, if it just comes and flows naturally, and you're like, but who's going to pay me to do what I love? Trust me, lots of people will pay you to do what you love because your gifts are unique. So what lights you up, starseed? Then we have I wanted to show you the pictures. Now remember, guys, my screen's cracked, so I can't see you, but you can see me. So we have Mintakan, Mintakan, longing for home, longing for belonging, the original light workers. So see, you might be an old soul and you're longing. This could be this suffering in silence too. This could be you longing for home, longing for your origin, longing for your soul tribe, right? Like you might have incarnated here in order to help people but you just haven't found your soul family yet. So you feel a little bit lonely. Then we have Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So if that resonates with you, this is my calling. This is exactly what I do. You know, it says double mission, so I have lots of missions, right? But channeling, I do channeling, and uplifting humanity, and I do that as well. And I try to spread light everywhere that my feet touch the ground. Okay, so if that resonates, guys, please, please figure it out, because it's like, I feel like you're struggling with this. Tune into your inner temple, and you know, you're longing for home. And all these cards, I'm just going to show you. It's like here, you're like, beam me up, Scotty. It's like you don't want to be here anymore. And here, you look like you're longing, right? You're looking out over the ocean, back, you know, at the planets. And here, same thing. Sitting on a ledge, longing for something. Here, sitting on a ledge, longing for something. So you could very well, with this high priestess, be a spiritual teacher. You could do what I do. You could be a reader. You could be an intuitive. You could be an energy healer. You could be somebody that reads the Akashic records. You could be a planetarian or a humanitarian for the planet. You could be on mission with animals, any way that you feel called. What lights you up? Okay, so now I want you guys to just take a moment and focus and ask Spirit a direct question. It can have to do with the original reading, or it can have to do with something totally off topic. You set your intentions, and we're going to try to get you clarity, or at least some advice and timing around it with the Doreen Virtue Angel Answers deck. So go ahead and do that. I'm just going to give you a few seconds. I'm going to take a drink while you take a few seconds. Okay, are you ready? We have remain positive. Yeah, I feel sadness here, guys. And I don't know why, because there's good stuff coming for you. And you don't even know it. It's almost like Spirit's working on your heart chakra. So remain positive. Raise your vibration. Stop being in the stinking thinking, in restlessness and sleepless nights and worry. You need to remain positive. And you've got trust the divine timing. And now you have not the right time. So whatever it is you're trying to manifest or that you're asking about, right now is not the right time. But it doesn't say, no, it's not for you. It just says that timing is at play here. Then we have ask for help from others, because I do feel loneliness around you. I feel like people have hurt you and mistreated you, and you might be having some healings around that in the next 20-some days here. Okay, so I hope that answered your question. Now, this is for my people from the School of Hard Knocks, which I think I'm in. And this deck is so funny. It's called the Rebel deck. There's a little cussing with it, and it's blunt and point in your face. So let's see what my hard-headed people need to hear. We have, oh, look at hard-headed, and we got get the fuck out of your head. That's that Nine of Swords energy, guys. It says get in your heart. Oh my God. Get out of your head and into your heart and balance. You need balance in your life. It says get in your heart. It misses you. Oh my God, I got goosebumps on that. Time to let go. Move the fuck on. So, you know, for some of you, that's a message. For others of you, I've learned through my twin flame journey that sometimes moving on does not mean moving beyond. It just means that when divine timing is at play in your life, you can only heal you. You cannot heal a person. You can plant seeds, and you can hope and pray that they nurture those seeds and that they you know, do the healing. But sometimes you've got to let go of the outcome and move on with your life. Take care of you, because you're in a karmic review. You don't want to fuck that up, right? So step away from the crazy making diet for a hot second. Kale and spirulina taste like ass. Eat some yummy shit, bacon, chocolate, beer, get some. I don't know who that's for. I'm not even going there. But if that resonates with you, take it for what it is. Oh, it must, because, you're getting contradictory. It says, eat your fucking vegetables. Eat some shit made by Mother Nature. So I don't know. You got contradiction here. Some of you guys, because there's a lot of people watching, right? So some of you guys are overdoing the natural procession of stuff, and it's making you cranky or crazy, right? And then the other half of you might be needing to balance out your diet and eat better. I don't know. It's a crazy deck, right? But I like it. So now for my twin flames, sacred soulmates, divine masculine, divine feminine, or just Leos in love. We're going to get you a love message. Wow, you guys are getting a lot of contradiction here. So, this is what happens when you do a general reading. There's always going to be the odd person out, right? The one that is... I've counseled people that thought they were in a twin flame relationship, and it just wasn't, was a toxic relationship. So for some of you, you might be dealing with somebody that's very toxic, because under this balance card is the devil card, right? Temptation. But I don't feel like that's the consensus. That might be one or two of you. You're going to have to trust your intuition, because we have unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So for some of you, that might be true. And you might just have to listen to your intuition, because it seems like you already know what you know. And maybe that's why you're freaking out with the Nine of Swords, is because, you really, really don't want to believe it. But I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling like for some of you, and I have to say it because I counsel a lot of you and do readings for you, and I know this to be true for some of you. With this unrequited love and wedding card, it says this situation involves marriage. This could be that your twin flame is in a committed relationship that is toxic, that is unrequited love, and they're trying desperately to remove the mask and quit pretending that it's okay when it's not. Open up their heart chakra to equally give and take love, because then you've got, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So you're going to know, guys, tarot isn't about telling you what you don't know. It's about confirmation. Every time I do a reading for people, it seems like they say, thank you. You just confirmed to me what I really felt was right, but I just was so confused and wasn't sure and blah, blah, blah. I really believe that, you'll, on a very, very deep level in your intuition, you already know what is going on here. So you've already met the romantic partner you seek. And then we have unrequited love and wedding. So some of you guys are waiting on your person to clear out a karmic cycle with somebody else. And that takes time. And that's why you've got divine timing written all over this. And this deception and envy is, I know I did it for years. I wore masks with every group. There were certain friends that I pretended to be one way with, and other groups that I pretended to be other ways, because I like to fit in, right? So when I was in high school, I was friends with everybody. I was friends with the jocks. And when I was around the jocks, I did jock stuff. And I was friends with the burnouts. And when I was around the burnouts, I did burnout stuff. And I was friends, with the geeks. And when I was with the geeks, I did geeky stuff. And, I was a protector of, there were some people that were in special education. They had a little bit of learning disability, or they were challenged in ways. And I watched other people treat them poorly and make fun of them. And so I rallied and I hung out with them and I loved on them, because that's what I was. But some people wear a mask in every situation. And what I'm learning now on my spiritual journey is that those masks are unnecessary. those people are going to love you for who you are, or they're not meant for you. And so allow Spirit to remove from your life the people that just aren't for you, and stop dimming your light to fit in. Stop wearing masks. Be who you are. Be authentic. And if your person is deceiving themselves because they are in an unrequited relationship or a marriage with somebody else, that's karmic in nature, and that is a contract. And that contract has to be fulfilled, and it takes time. So you're going to have to work on you and stop overthinking about them, obsessing about them, because when you do that, your energy mingles with theirs because you're etherically corded together, and it really makes it more difficult for them to get their shit together because they're dealing with the energy you're constantly throwing at them and the energy that their karmic partner's constantly throwing at them, right? So you're going to have to figure out whether you are in a toxic or unrequited love situation, that maybe you're married and you need to let it go, right? Either or, I feel like there's a marriage here that needs to be cleared out for somebody. And it's because you've met somebody else, and they could be your twin flame or your divine counterpart. And so, Spirit's calling you to the mat saying, this is your person. You're going to have to finish up your karmic contract with the wrong person so you can be together, or vice versa. All right, last message. Regeneration. That's what the Scorpio moon is all about, guys. It's this tree has been burnt to ash, but it's still standing. It's like the phoenix rising from the ashes. And there's actually new growth coming on it. See the blue flower? I hope you can see because the screen's broken. I know you can see, but I can't. So regeneration is a 10. It's an ending and a new beginning. So you need to work on you. I hear very clearly. You need to work on you. Then we have observer. Because I feel like you or your person or the situation, there just seems to be an awful lot of, like, I just feel like desperate manifestation. Like they can't quit watching you, or you can't quit watching them. Somebody, see, the moon is asleep. Somebody, by the way, that's a new moon, so it might take till the new moon for this to figure itself out. But, this fox, which is also Seven of Swords energy, is sitting on an egg using a spyglass, and it's spying on the sleeping moon. So somebody or some situation is just not in inaction mode. It's not. It's asleep, it's resting, it's being separated, right? And so you or your person or the situation, it's like you got to quit focusing on somebody else and focus on you, right? Know in your heart that if this is meant for you, it's on its way. Some of you guys, you've got the not for you. So I'm telling you, there's a split right down the middle. It's like a curtain that's been torn asunder. Some of you guys, this is done, dead, over with. If you're married to somebody or in a committed relationship or in a job or whatever, there's something here that needs to end for you. Or vice versa for your person. Okay? For others of you, you're just clinging to something that Spirit's clearly trying to show you is not for you. With the High Priestess, I feel like you already know it. You might be lying to yourself. So, and I know, for me, that would confuse me. If I was a watcher of this video, I'd be like, well, which one is it, Tracy? And you know what? I can let you know. If you want a personal private reading, I can absolutely tap into that energy and get an answer for you. But as a general reading, there are people that I can't tell you. I can't, because there are some that need to just walk away from all this shit. And there are others that are just clearing out old karmic contracts in order to find that egg. There's an egg here. When there's egg, there's potential. And it says this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So you guys, if you need help with this, reach out. In the description box below is all that you need. There are readings that range from $10 all the way up to $125 for a deep dive. A deep dive is really awesome because I spend hours with you. Sometimes it's more than 2 hours, sometimes it's just 2 hours, but I don't quit until I get you on mission. I get you in alignment. I do energy work. I do whatever Spirit says is necessary for you. Sometimes we spend the 2 hours just talking it out, and as we talk it out, we find the solution, right? It's not always about magic and mystical stuff. It's about, let's work on it. Let's talk about it. Let's look at all angles. Let me be your impartial ear, right? To help guide you, because I'm good at that, guys. It's one of my gifts. I'm good at advising, and I'm good at opening your eyes and clearing your energetic field and showing you possibly where you've put blinders on. So if you need one, please reach out. This has been the end of your reading, Leo. I hope it resonated. I know they're long. I'm going to work on trying to get them down shorter. But these are monthly, so I like to give you all the messages I can for the month. As my schedule gets more freed up, and it's already on the way with visitation with my son, then I will be doing more zodiac readings, and I will make them shorter because they might be for the day or the week or whatever Spirit writes on my heart. Okay? I love you. Namaste. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up right now. Just take a second. Support the channel. Okay? Namaste.